Have you ever felt a nagging sense that something is off in your career and you don't quite know what it is? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 subtle yet powerful signs that you might be in the wrong career or that it is time to shift something in your career. If you have ever wondered if it is time for a change, keep watching because this video could be a massive wake up call for you to get back into alignment with your higher self. Before we jump straight into this video, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has been showing support on my videos. I really do enjoy reading them and receiving your appreciation. So thank you so much. Do you ever find yourself thinking, is this all there is? Is this really it? Let me know in the comments below. Sign number 1 is that you feel dread when you think about going to work. And this is something that you experience quite frequently, or maybe recently you've been experiencing it quite frequently, where maybe you work during the week and you just don't want the weekend to end and you literally can't even bear the thought of going into work on Monday. This is something that I used to deal with a lot when I was in a job that I didn't like or a job that wasn't in alignment for me. And to be honest, I think it is so normalized to the point where people think that this is how life just is. And personally, I do not agree with this. Do you ever find yourself dreading going to work? Let us know in the comments below because sometimes it really helps to know that other people are going through the same thing. And I'm also curious. Sign number 2 that you are in the wrong job is that your values are not aligned with the job. This is huge because each and every one of us has our own values. And I'll give you an example. When I was working in more of a corporate job, I was working in recruitment for a couple of years. One of the things that I actually learned about myself is that I am very creative, and that's one of my top values is creativity. And this job didn't really give me any room for creativity. It was pretty much just a sales job, and part of my soul was like really wanting to do more creative things. So another thing that I really value is being active. And in this job, I was literally sitting in the same spot every day, same office every day. I wasn't allowed to work from home. So this was really draining me because it wasn't in alignment with my top values. So figure out what are your highest, most important values and see if they are in alignment with your job. If your job isn't meeting those values, this might be a sign that you need to shift something about your job. Maybe that's communicating to your boss about what you do value and seeing if you can get them needs met in this job. If not, there's other ways you can go about meeting those needs. Number 3 is that you find yourself procrastinating a lot and find yourself finding it really difficult to focus. So during COVID, I decided to teach myself graphic design and I was going down the route of becoming a freelance graphic designer. And I knew that I wanted to be self-employed and basically had tried to be a graphic designer for a few years. And I found myself getting to the point where I was really questioning whether this was the right path for me. There was certain things I didn't like about it. Again, the thing about being active and like being able to move around and not just be sitting at a desk all day. That was one thing that I really struggled with graphic design. And it took me to go through, multiple career options to figure out this is something that's actually really important to me. I realized I was procrastinating a lot and it was really difficult for me to stay focused and fully committed because there was a part of me that just was basically telling me this isn't the right career choice for me. We don't want to go all in on this career choice because it didn't feel like it was in alignment for me. I have got another video about procrastination and I explain this in more detail. So definitely watch that video if this is something that you want to dive into a little bit deeper. I'll leave the link in the description. Number 4 is fear. So maybe you want to leave and you have had thoughts about leaving, but the only thing that is holding you back is fear of the unknown. and maybe you're scared of what people will think. One of the things that was stopping me from facing the fact that I didn't want to be a graphic designer was the fear that other people are going to basically be like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? You've like, how can you just stop doing this? Like, basically the fear that other people would just think I'm a quitter and they wouldn't get it. But then I kind of realized that this isn't their journey, and it's actually really important for me to be in alignment. What I would say is you want to be staying in a job for the right reasons, for reasons that are, you know what it is you're getting out of it, you know what the meaning is behind it, and not just because you're scared of not finding a better job or scared of what people think. Let me know in the comments, are you staying in your job just because it feels comfortable and familiar? Number 5 is that you don't feel like you can be your authentic self at work. And, this is something that I think depends on what it is that you are getting out of your job. If you are literally just there to get a paycheck and you're working on your passions in on the side, and it's really a job that is something that you don't mind doing for now, it's different. But if you find that not being able to be yourself at work around your colleagues is something that is really important to you and it is getting you down, then this is something to look at. For me, authenticity is a big thing. So I think that my value as a human is always going to be better used when I'm able to be fully authentic in whatever career I choose, because otherwise the person isn't able to receive what it is that I came to this planet to actually offer. And that might be a little bit deeper, but if you feel like you can't be yourself at work, you feel like you are, being someone else and not able to fully express yourself, this might be something to look at deeper. Also, I just want to say, maybe you are choosing not to be authentic because there might be consequences for being authentic if it is that you want to stay in that job. But that is kind of a whole nother video in itself. I'll try and give you an example. When I was working in recruitment, I really felt this, that my true authentic self wasn't really being expressed. I really was, one of my biggest values is health. And one of the things about the company that I worked at in recruitment, it was very much a culture of like drinking, going out all the time. And I just didn't feel like I fit in. I didn't feel like I fit in with this vibe. I wanted to be around people that actually got me and got my view on life, or understood the importance of like looking after yourself to get the best out of your work. So this was something that I didn't really feel like gelled with me in that job. Number 6 is that your needs are not being met. Let's say that you have a need to feel valued at work. This is an example because this is something that I have experienced. I was actually working as a graphic designer in London, and I didn't feel like I was being valued. Like the things that I had learned, the things that I could bring to the table wasn't what my boss actually needed. There was kind of a disalignment, or me and my boss were out of alignment. So like what he needed and what I could give wasn't really a fit. So the things that he was asking me to do and the way he wanted me to work was not in alignment for me. And so I didn't feel like I could really bring the value that I know I'm capable of bringing to a job. And I think sometimes this is something that can be communicated. It might not be that you need to just full on quit your job and find a new one. Maybe before deciding to do that or looking down that route, if you want to do that, that is absolutely your choice. But maybe it means that something needs to be communicated to whoever it is that is. Number 7 is a huge one, and this is that you just don't care anymore. And this is a feeling that I really dislike. Like if I don't care about a job anymore, it pretty much brings my whole vibration down. I feel like, guys, our job at this point is such a big part of our lives for most of us. And so when I'm in alignment with my career and I feel like it has meaning, I'm really careful about how I am preparing for the next day. Like, for example, I want to show up for my career at the moment in a way that I know I can do the best work I can possibly do. And that means, getting an early night, going to the gym, eating the foods that keep my brain clear, doing my meditations, and all of this becomes so important to me because the meaning behind my career is huge and it really matters to me. And so I look forward to showing up and having all the energy that I need so that I can provide the most value that I possibly can. And I have been in jobs before where I have just lost interest. I don't care anymore. Like when I worked in recruitment, I got to the point where I was just like, I don't care. I was watching YouTube videos all day. I did not even care about getting commission. I didn't care about the money anymore. It wasn't for me anymore. And I think this really showed in my energy. The longer I would stay in a job like that, I feel like my self esteem would get lower and lower. Like I just feel like I'm a bad worker. I'm lazy, but it's not actually that I was bad or I was lazy. It was just that I was in a job that wasn't in alignment for me and what I have to offer and what I know I can bring to this earth. Please do leave a comment if you got any value from this video. I really do enjoy reading them. But that is it for today's video, guys. So I will hopefully see you in the next one. And yeah, bye.